Shabo, this is Bryant-Lee Phillips, and I'm glad to have you here at BryantLeePhillips.com. I'm the president and CEO of the Bankable Group and the Dreammakers Academy. This is the place where dreams and genius come alive. Glad to have you here for another exciting session. Hey, I've been getting a lot of great response from our book, and if you have not received the Living Life in the Zone book, pick it up right now. Go on BryantLeePhillips.com right here and pick up a copy of the book. It is changing lives. It's also transforming lives and strengthening the human condition. So pick it up, Living Life in the Zone, the Regal Lifestyle. Glad to have you here, and I'm excited to talk to you today, to our business owners, those entrepreneurs out there with this great entrepreneurial spirit. Even though the recession is going on, you're still accelerating your business and finding ways to increase your income, and also how to connect the clients. So I want to take a few minutes today and talk about how to drive your customers absolutely wild. How to drive your customers absolutely wild. Because the base of all business is customer driven, customer service driven, and also product driven. So I want to make sure that you have those things underneath your belt, because if you miss those particular areas, you're not going to be profitable and you're not going to be able to sustain your business for incremental growth. So today I'm going to talk about how to drive your customers absolutely wild. But before I do, I want to pull you into something that I've developed for businesses and for people to kind of frame things out. I told you, I promised you phenomenal framework at this particular site, and that's where you're going to get not a lot of fluff and flash, but phenomenal framework. So when I talk about things, you can put them together and say, hey, this is what this means to me, and this is how I can put it in action in my life right now. It's called the Matrix of Vision. It's called the Matrix of Vision. Now I'm gonna get ready to do the Matrix thing. The Matrix of Vision. And, I would have worn my black thing and the Morpheus glasses, but anyway, you get the picture. But we're going to talk about the Matrix of Vision. And it's like a map. And I believe people ought to have a road map, how to get there, just like a navigational system, how to arrive at your destination with the least amount of problems or detours. So here it is, the Matrix of Vision, and then we'll tie it into how to drive your customers absolutely wild. You need to have this in place because this gives you foundation for how to drive those customers absolutely wild. All right? So first we start right here, life plan, life plan. Each of you on a personal level, before you even build a business, you got to have a life plan. What do you do with you? How do you handle you? How do you personally grow? What's on your table for you? How do you handle criticism? How do you handle success? Most people are not built for success. They've had so many failures that they arrive at success and fall apart because they're not used to the friends, they're not used to the income transactions, they're not used to people coming after you. Competitors come after you at a higher level when you have success. So a big question to ask yourself, are you ready for success? Are you built for success? Is your family ready for success? Is your family ready for you to break the six-figure income level, and will you still manage well at this dimension? Will your marriage survive when you're making this kind of money and being out the house a lot more or traveling more? So you got to figure out what is your life plan. At the Zone Live experience on July 30th, I talk about all of this and we flesh it all out. And when you leave that day, you leave with a life 4 areas. So if you have not tapped into July 30th, it's right there on the screen. I think it's on that side. On the screen, you can tap into that or call 215-747-7350 or email me so you can get signed up for our Zone Live experience coming up pretty soon. And if you missed July, just call and check when the next one's coming up. So the life plan tells you, who are you? How can you handle things? Have you planned things out for success? Do you have a plan? Do you have an exit strategy for your business, even for your life? Do I know how to get out of stuff? So life plan is very key. It tells you before you start anything else, I'm okay. I'm anchored. I know who I am, so success won't change the essence of who I am. Because everywhere you go, guess what? There you are. You can never get away from who you really are. All right? And they say, money just expands who you are. Success does the same thing. So if you're a jerk now, you'll be a jerk with 6 figures or 7 figures. I try to make sure I'm a pleasant, approachable person because I believe relationships are gold. Repeat after me. Treat every relationship like gold, because you never know what people may mean to you. If you do not honor relationships, it means you do not honor your own personal life. So personally developing a life plan is key. Number 2, then you have a business vision. Plan for your life, and now a vision for your business. Number 1, what kind of business is it? How are we going to make money? What's the product? How many cupcakes do I have to sell to make a living? You know, where do I want to place that business? What location do I want to put it in? Who's going to be my team? Who are going to be my partners? How much is it going to cost me? You know, before you go out and rent a large warehouse, make sure you know what's going to be your overhead, because overhead can kill you. So you want to make sure you have a clear vision of what your business is supposed to be, what it's supposed to provide, and the people it's supposed to, the lives that your business will enhance. And what's going to be your client? Who's going to be your client when you have this vision for this business? So business vision is key. Number 3, we move down here. Then of course you need, guess what? A business plan, a financial plan, a summary of what the business is, an executive summary. Most people hate to put this together because now they see on paper. The idea is wonderful, but great ideas die because of poor execution. And when there's no plan, where there is no systematic design, and the business will fail. Great idea, but without a plan, you will not see sustaining profitability. So you got to have a business plan. We'll teach you how to put together at the Zone Live experience. And lastly is priority management. Priority management. I can tell you the people that I talk to have these 3 together and don't know how to prioritize. What's first, what's second, what's third, and how to get things off your table. You got to be able to prioritize what's first. Got to know what to focus on, and then manage it. It's just not it's on your list. You got to manage it. That means you might have to get rid of stuff. You might have to say, we can't do all of that now. We're going to focus our priority on this, and that means it goes right back to here. If you don't manage you well, you won't manage the business well. All right. If you don't have the vision tight or the plan right, you won't know what to prioritize. You got to know what's first. You got to know what's second, and you got to know what not to do. I came up with this acronym called WIN. And WIN, W-I-N, write it down, W-I-N, WIN. What's important now? Everything else you lose. You win because it's what's important now. You know, Dirk Levinsky doesn't take a break in the 4th quarter when there's only a minute left, say, I got to go get a taco. You know, because right now it's winning the game, it's getting back in the game. You don't run out on an argument when we don't settle this now. We're never going to. It's going to be worse later on. Whatever is important now, do that, and then manage yourself. And if you can't do it yourself, get people around you to help you manage you. I got people around you to handle my schedule, my time. Otherwise, I wouldn't show up. I wouldn't know where to show up. So many things on my plate. So what you don't do well, delegate it to someone else so they can prioritize the things you need to manage. This is the matrix of vision. If you get this right, then you can drive your customers absolutely wild. All right?